Huh? Can I help you? We always go too easy on this gun. They just sit on their asses and hope things settle themselves. Idiots.
Sir? Yes?
What do you want? The trading post. Of course. Yes. I will go see her at once.
Now look at that. You've come. Nothing I didn't expect. It seems... What? No. Anyway, suggestions? The first step would be to get this lovely thing here open. You... Wait. What's that? So... Uh-huh. See if the key fits. So... Uh-huh. All right. Now I'm confused. What does that... Show me. Unbelievable. Oh, by the name of the sun. Does this mean there's someone else behind... Yes. Shit. Whoever wrote this took DeLorean. Chances are high. Oh, really? What else do you want to do? Run? If there's even the slightest chance that the idol is in that theater, we need to take it. Yes, you go on ahead and stay silent. Wait a second.
Dijam O'Neillis's actions do not in the slightest reflect the spirit of the Blue Island Coalition, and we deeply regret what has happened. Nevertheless, you are obliged to return to the Coalition the money we paid for the idol, if you do not get it back soon. If you should recover it, however, we propose, as a token of our condolences, to pay an additional 10,000 Enderalian pennies. In addition, you may have O'Neillis, and try her by Enderalian law.
So, you're leaving her behind.
It is only appropriate in light of her actions. You've heard our offer. Think about it.
That is not for me to decide. You will hear from us shortly, my sir. Walk blessed.
By the name of the sun. Too well, Master. Right. And they want to leave me behind. Let's push on. They'll notice I'm missing soon. That looks like a portal to me. Does Saras Jaduli. That's the idol. Yeah.
My dames and my sirs, I cordially welcome you to the last act of this magnificent play. For so long you felt the thrill. For so long you asked yourself the questions. What does the charming woman from Calais really... My dames and my sirs, I cordially welcome you to the last act of this magnificent play. For so long you felt the thrill. For so long you asked yourself the questions. What does the charming woman from Calais really pursue? How will DeLorean react to the death of his beloved foster son? And What role will the mysterious and ambitious new protector play in all this? Guess what? Oh, I will. Just look. And all due to mere provoke. Why, you ask? I want to see them burn. I don't you know, and yes, forces led by people. Of course you think that. Are you really? Greed. What happened to the carib? Oh, just you. Well, you're right. I don't. What? Driven. But. So, what will be. Not Alex. Deborah.
What? What the heck happened? Penny pouches? You mean that old man from the trading post? That is interesting. But it seems like you took care of it. What? Oh, no, I'm just worn out, I guess. The flight through the crypt, the prison, now this. I'm surprised you don't feel the same. Well, that's the question. I'm open to suggestions. Yeah, no one. Just look at it. I've heard stories, but it is beautiful. 50-50. Yeah, that sounds fair. Anyway, first we need to get out of here. I know a small hideout close to where we anchored when we got here. Come on, follow me. What? The quickest way would be via that digger city to the east. Duneville, or whatever they call it. I could lay low there until some merchant dares to cross the Red Sea again. Yeah, that'd be nice. I wouldn't mind some company. Maybe... Oh, screw it. I've been waiting for this for too long.
There you are. Here, I got us a... the Archmagister. Do you see that? We're here, and back there is the ruin where we'll meet Pegast. So, I'd say, let's go. You lead the way, I'll cover your back. Yes? It's so quiet here. Before this whole mess with the Red Madness and the bandits started, these roads were crowded with travelers, hunters, and traveling merchants. It's strange to see it like this, really. Where are you going? That is not the way. Just don't take too long, alright? I'll wait here.
Good morning, my sir.
Prepare yourself. Careful. There. That was all of them. Ah, there you are.
it, for fuck's sake. By the prophet's ass, all I did was leaving her alone for a couple of hours. And then this happens.
But there were just too many. We did our best, madame, and...
You did jack shit. That's what you did. 3 of our people are dead, and now the goddamn entrance is blocked up. This is fucking unbelievable. Get out of here, now! I need to think.
That doesn't sound good.
You? Out of all the goddamn people in this goddamn land, you are the last person I expected to see here. Well, congratulations. Though I don't have the slightest idea what good getting wasted on weird droge can possibly do.
Nightshade elixir isn't just some weird droga. It's a centuries-old recipe that was already being used by the first vassals. Maybe you should have known that before judging our traditions.
Well, now I do. And just who exactly are you?
Kalia Sakaresh, keeper of the first sigil. I was exalted together with the one you call the Prophet.
Sakaresh? You're the girl from the village.
Maybe. Have you heard of me?
Well, there are some interesting rumors revolving around you. Let's put it that way. But who am I to complain? 2 keepers are certainly better than those idiots from the guard. Actually, you've come at just the right time. You'll be surprised, but I've found myself in almost exactly the same trouble as in Alt-Rashengrad. Seems I have a knack for that kind of shit. Almost. This time it was bandits. They ran in here about 2 hours ago and charged through us like we were bloody beginners. Well, that's the problem. Do you see that hallway over there? It leads down into the ruin. And now, guess what those fuckers did? They dashed right into it, and somehow succeeded in accidentally activating some kind of... Now, anyone who gets too close to it gets roasted like a chicken. So now we can't go down, and they can't come up. No, they didn't wear the robes that the ones in Alt-Rashengrad did. And they also seemed kind of unorganized to me. And scared, as if they were running from something. My guess is that they were trying to hide from something and thought the ruin was deserted. We believe so, yes. That is what makes the whole thing so annoying. Somehow, yes, but would you place the button to deactivate the trap right next to the door it's supposed to protect? We need to find another way down. But at least we've got a clue. Some kind of hidden entrance. We're still stuck getting it open, though. Come, I'll show you. Who knows? Maybe you'll see something in the past that might help us. Huh? Here we go. And before you ask, our dead buddy on the platform was already there when we got here. No idea what's keeping his body from decaying. It looks like some kind of magic to me. So I'd say just take a look around. I'm sure the bells have something to do with the riddle. Huh?
Yes?
Huh?
An outlander? Isn't this nice?
Maybe. Are you alright? You look pale. You did? Then this mage woman was right. What did you...
Ahoy.
Yes?
How was I right? Seriously? By the prophet's ass, that's, convenient. But who am I to complain? So, what's the deal with those bells? Be my guest. Just make sure that you don't accidentally collapse this place, okay?
Maybe. Are you alright? You look pale. You did? Then this mage woman was right. What did you...
How was I right? Seriously? By the prophet... But who am I to complain? Be my guest. Just make sure that you don't accidentally collapse this place, okay? How was I right?
Yes, that must be it. That sounded right. That sounded right. Yes, that must be it. Yes, that's it. Now will we... Oh, blazes.
I'd rather stay down here than try my luck against that crazy woman.
Yeah, but I just knew from the start that it was a mistake to help that farmer. Did you see what she did to Draco? He just...
Same shit, different day.
No matter how many there are, Krako's people will wipe them out. You fucking scum! Yup!
There we go. That trick has yet to disappoint me. So what do you say now, you piece of shit? I'll make you pay for what you... Well, that's just great. The fucker brought his bitch with him.
Put down your weapon. I don't want to hurt you.
Oh, is that so?
All of your men are dead. And even if you manage to get past us, there are dozens of guards further up. So put down your weapon, or you will regret it.
Such determination. All right, then. Die!
As you wish. Are you all right? It's nothing. Did he hurt you? Can you walk? What is this, an interrogation? As I see it, I just saved your damn life. So why don't you do me a favor and keep the questions to yourself? I'm sorry, it's too much right now. We'll talk about it once we get back to the temple. Now, come on, we should push forward. I fell, thank Malphas, into a thicket farther down the ruin. It was some kind of machine room, at least that's what it looked like to me. And luckily enough, that's also how the traps in the entrance are being controlled. I tried to deactivate them. We'll see if it worked. Anyway, do you see the camp down there? We should take a look at it. Gold. And I doubt it's the fruit of honest labor. So that's what this was all about? They fled here to protect their loot? We should bring this to the Order. Maybe we can find out who they stole it from.
No! You can't do that, please.
Stay right there. Who are you?
I'm not one of them. Please don't hurt me. Oh, by the righteous path. What did I get myself into? Alice Summerstone. I'm just a simple man, a farmer by me path. I have 2 daughters, me woman and a little farm girl just a few miles from Ark. Maybe you know one of me girls. She sells our bread at the market, Mondas de Fredas. Yes, exactly, that's her. My little Surta. Aye, of course. Do you know who Landlord Boric is?
He's one of the most influential landlords of the Farmer's Coast. Both the Guard and the Order get their food from his lands. What does he have to do with this?
Everything. He's a pathless bastard. And all of this is his fault. I swear it by me name.
Why?
Because he's a criminal, that's why. Believe me, I know how that sounds. But it's the truth. You have to believe me. The tolls he collects from his tenants are so high that we hardly have anything left to eat. And those who don't pay get beaten up by his lackeys. But that's not all of it. He also knows the Relata. Aye, who else? They believe themselves above Malphas, above the Holy Path. And they are powerful. Which is also why no one does anything about them. No, this money isn't his. I had debts. It all started 3 years ago, when we had a very bad harvest and I couldn't pay me toll for the first time. Bora gave me a loan, but he said that I'd have to pay interest next time. Well, I think you can figure out the rest. Aye. I knew from a friend that there was this man in the Undercity, this Carrick. And he said that he and his men might be willing to help me, if they would get money from it. Apparently they even had a sense of honor and path-abidingness, if you can call it that. They're from a traveling merchant. We ambushed him, and you know what we did. But I swear by me name we didn't hurt him. When we had the money, all Sunfire started breaking loose. Some kind of woman appeared, all veiled and dressed in black. And in the wink of an eye, she killed 2 of Carrick's men. We tried to fight her at first, but then we ran for it. Well, and ended up in this ruin. What? No, you're wrong, I'm not... All right. It's true. The money is from the food bank. Yes. But I didn't have a choice. It was either that or lose me farm. I know. I was there. Carrick was so mad about all that happened with this witch woman, you know? I think he just wanted to get his men to safety. But still, you're right. I was a fool to trust him, and I regret what I did. She didn't speak much, but yes, she had dark robes. And she was... different. Unholy. Sorry, I don't know how to describe her any better. Me farm and me family, aye. Please, it's the right thing to do. If I don't have the money by the next turn of the moon, Boric and his lackeys will change their tune. And I know what that means.
It's a tough call. I can understand his motivation, but that doesn't change the consequence of his actions. If we let him run, we legitimize his crime, so to speak. You should justify your crime before the tribunal. Explain to them what Boric did, and they might judge you lightly.
Judge lightly? You don't really believe that, do you? They don't care about the why, and even if they do, it doesn't change a damn thing about the fact that my family is lost without this money.
Maybe, but it doesn't change that you're at least partially responsible for what happened here. But it's your call.
Really? Thank you so much. I will not forget this. Now, forgive me, I have to get out of here before anyone else arrives. Walk blessed, my friend.
By the prophet's ass, you really got them all. You don't stop surprising me, that's for sure. And neither do you, Keeper Sakaresh. Thanks for deactivating the traps up there. I suppose you know about the skinny man who dashed past us up there? We were thinking about stopping him, but he didn't look like one of the bandits.
Yes, he got caught up in the whole thing. He's innocent.
Uh-huh. Well, if you say so. Alright then. I'd say if this machine is somewhere in this ruin, it's here. I suggest you two take a look around. We'll cover your back in the meantime.
suppose we found our machine. At least, what's left of it. Do you feel anything, Saira? With your gift, I mean. Agreed. Maybe we can even take some small parts of it with us right now. The Order will transport the rest to Ark by Myrad. What strange metal. It didn't rust at all, despite all the time it's been here.
All this energy, it's useless without the Numinos.
It works in a way we have not even come close to comprehending, like a cosmic force.
Correct. Nothing else possesses that much raw, magical power.
Yes? Found something? They look useful. Let's take them to the Chronicum. Yes? Yes, you're right. How is it possible that it moves all by itself? Let's take it with us. Let me see. Yes, it does indeed. Seems to be some kind of energy storage, but it's empty. Yes, I think you're right. Hopefully we didn't miss anything. Let's go talk to Pegast.
Now that was quick. So, what did you find? Well, that's not much of a surprise considering how long it was down here. And as long as we can reconstruct it, that's alright. I sent some of my men back to Ark. We'll request a caravan to get all the parts back to the temple, and see what we can do from there. Let's just hope it really will help us against this cleansing, whatever it is. As much as I admire Pyrean technology, I don't like the idea of putting our lives in the hands of it. Let me see. Interesting. Truly interesting.
What?
Seems that this machine was only some kind of prototype. The real one the Pyreans were working on must be somewhere else. Plus, there's also a name for it. The Pyreans called it the Beacon.
That's poetic.
Indeed. Well then, it seems like you and your visions have once again saved the day, Prophet. There's a lot for us to do now. If you've taken care of your business here, I suggest you head back to Ark and report to old Oranthiel.
What do you think, Saira? Do you want to leave now, or stay a little longer? Good. There you are. Pegast's mages have already told the Grandmaster about our find, and they're waiting for us in the Emporium. Let's go.
All that I am saying is that there are more efficient ways to battle this red madness. And heathen machines atop the Sun Temple are the last thing that will calm the townsfolk.
Maybe. But if this heathen machine is what the Pyreans used to combat the cycle, I want it near. Even if it turns out to be useless, only a fool turns down a chance. Sharim, how long will the reconstruction take?
Oh, that depends on how many Pyrean mechanics you have on hand that can help us decipher these plans. Just think for once, Oranthiel. How are we supposed to give you an estimation if we don't even know what the finished machine is supposed to look like?
We will get to work right away, Grandmaster. But in any case, we're going to need a lot of steel and Pyrean crystals.
You will get them. Now, get to work. You did excellent work. We will reconstruct this machine, no matter the price. Here, this will reward you for your effort. With the beacon and the sigil stone, we now have both a sword and shield against these High Ones. That is more than I'd hoped for. However, there has also been a disquieting development. I have called in a conclave, and it will take place in a day. Come back then, and use the time to rest.
Transcribe verse 80 100 times. The sky can rain fire. The Magister's...
Now, if it isn't the prodigy, well...
Well met. As if they'd ever listen to me.
Thou art my light, my glimmer at the horizon. Thy name is my sacrament, and thy heart...
Walk blessed.
Walk blessed. Can I help you? It was stitched into the blanket they found me in near that village. I don't really know if it is my actual name, but I had nothing else to go with, so it stuck.
You just don't get any younger.
Tattoo? Oh, of course, you mean my mark. I've had that for as long as I can remember, and I don't have the slightest idea as to how I got it. That's what Tyrus said too, but if it has a meaning, it's obscure. I couldn't find anything in the books, and the Magisters couldn't put their fingers on it either. Not without leaving a bad scar, at least according to the apothecary. And even if that weren't the case, I don't know if I'd want it gone. It reminds me of something. No, it isn't. It's just there, that's all. It does. You're the first to tell me that. But thanks, I guess.
Thanks, sissy.
Well, as I told you, I was never very popular with the other novices. You know, the novitiate was very challenging. The magisters only rarely gave us days off to contemplate, as they called it. The others usually used it to go to the tavern to gamble and drink. I never really liked that kind of pastime, and I still don't. I've never really thought about things like that. You know, life in the temple is quite secluded, and I doubt there are many men or women who would find my way of living attractive. But forgive me, that's very personal. I don't really want to talk about it. That's true, but when I feel the need to relax, I prefer taking a stroll or spending time in the baths. Whatever secret there is about relaxing to loud music, raucous shouting, and alcohol is beyond me. Yes, it is. Master Tyrus, my foster father. He was half Kyranian, as you might have guessed already. Some words just stuck around. Well, what should I think about them? They're disquieting. Speaking of which, recently there's been word from the League of Apothecari up north. They say that their studies on the Red Madness haven't borne fruit yet, and that it is like no disease they've ever encountered. Honestly, that has rid me of the last of my doubts about the cycle being real, just as the Grandmaster said. Let's just hope we can find out how to stop it. That's convenient, actually. I think I still owe you an explanation. Yes, but let's talk somewhere else. Come on. So, sorry for all the secrecy. I just didn't want anyone else to listen in. Well, that moment when I neutralized the leader of the bandits in Old Dothelgrad, I'm sure you noticed that I was different then. Upset. You choose your words carefully, Saira. I appreciate that. I'll make this quick. There is something about me that you don't know. That no one knows, actually. Do you remember what I told you in the curarium about the destroyed village? Well, I wasn't entirely honest with you. Not all of it, no, and it's true that I don't know how I ended up there. But I remembered something just before I regained consciousness. Some kind of vague memory. A feeling coupled with an image. It's hard to describe because it didn't last very long, but I saw myself, but I was somehow above the rooftops, as if I flew. Below me, I saw all the chaos, the dead, the fire, the devastated houses, and I somehow felt hot, but from inside, as if my blood was boiling. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? I'm sorry, but I don't know how to describe it better than that. It was something that actually happened, I'm sure of it. But the memory, it was somehow blurred. Like a dream, but a very vivid one. Nothing. I woke up, and from there things happened just as I've already told you. But that's not really what I'm trying to get at. In that memory, when I saw all those dead bodies and all that destruction, I felt satisfaction, pleasure. As if all that suffering, all that pain was the most exhilarating thing I'd ever seen. Well, I didn't know what to make of that memory myself for quite a long time. But then, things happened that made me understand. There is something inside my head, Saira. Some kind of second soul, an entity. Most of the time it sleeps, but there are situations in which it wakes up. Mostly when something atrocious happens or has happened. Blood, pain, death. Whenever I'm confronted with these kinds of things, it tries to... I don't know how to put it. Tries to take control of me, and then things like Alt Cthulgrad happen. It's never managed to completely take me over, and it hasn't gotten as far as it did in Alt Cthulgrad for a long, long time now. But that memory from the village, I think that is what happens when I let myself go completely. If that name seems fitting to you, then yes. But I think we both know these stories about ghosts taking over the living are just stories to scare the common folk. If it helps you, think of it as some kind of temptation. One that's just waiting for the moment when I am too weak to contain it. Yes, it is immense, Satyra. I can feel it every time it is trying to take me over. I don't even want to think about what would happen if I were to give in completely. I figure. Listen, what happened in Old Dothelgrad, I never should have let it come to that. But that moment when he charged me, the blood on his sword, I just couldn't contain it. And when I gave in, when I hacked him into pieces, I simply felt so thrilled. Complete. I was naive to believe it would never get that far again. Naive and stupid. But do you see now? This is the reason why I train so hard, why I always try to control my emotions no matter what people do or say to me. This creature inside me, it's always on the hunt. And the only way I can keep it at bay is by controlling both my body and spirit 100%. Just one moment of carelessness. That's all it takes. No way that I know of, at least. Who should I ask? The apothecary? There are two ways that would go. Either they would ridicule me, or they would take me seriously and report my condition to the Order. Neither way helps me, and who knows what the Order would do if they found out, especially as strained as the situation is right now. I don't know. And truth be told, I'm not sure I want to. Well, what would be the alternative? Transcribe Pyrean books like the Magisters do all day? Or drop out entirely and pour hot water for the upper city's noblewomen? Look, Saira, as you already pointed out, there is a chance that this thing inside me is responsible for the massacre in the village. And if that's true, I definitely have a lot of repentance to do, don't you think? And even if it isn't, I want to change things, to make the world at least a little bit better. And yes, I do realize that this means a lot of hardship and hard work for me, but I'm not afraid of that. Do you know why? Because that's what's missing in this world. So many people just talk and never act, because that would mean that they'd have to actually endure something for what they believe in. One that shouldn't be an exception. Anyway, the one thing I ask of you is to keep silent about what I've told you. It will never come to something like that again, I promise. I'd like some time by myself now, and thanks for listening.
you. I don't want to be nosy, but is it true
You're the companion of that mercenary, aren't you? Dalvera, or whatever his name is. I don't want to be disrespectful, but
walk blessed.
Time's so bad that the Order needs to resort to hiring mercenaries. I just don't know.
Some people just don't know their path.
What would you like to hear?
We just got a new delivery of ale. And
Sure.
Work.
As they set out to fight for their country's banner and foreign lands. He bid her farewell, a love still young.
That's just how it is.
She thought she'd soon be in his arms again. He told her
Some people
Await
just
my
don't
safe
know their
return. Trust in this. Last promise, instant firm. Once moonlight shines red onto the seas, we shall all return in victory. There marched on blue banners in the sky, and teardrops were running from her eyes. Yet she thought, if only I believe, time will bring him safely back to me. When the red moon casts its light, his ghost travels through the night, through the forest on wind's wings, until he reaches the old hill. There she kneels before his grave, where their love had once been born, and he caresses her face, yet she feels not his embrace. Dark and red glows the winter sky.
What blessed, my sir?
Two souls divided by the threads of time. Days turned into weeks, moon for moon passed by, yet no word from the battlefields arrived. Months turned into years, peace now ruled the lands, empty graves were dug under the sky. But never did she doubt his last oath. Each night she stepped out into the cold. She walked through the forest, climbed the hill where she had once sworn her love to him. And always, when summer bid goodbye and moonlight blood red fell from the sky, his ghost raised from dust forgotten bones, searching for what he had lost too soon. When the red moon casts its light, his ghost travels through the night, through the forest on wind's wings, until he reaches the old hill. There she kneels before his grave, where their love had once been born, and he caresses her face, yet she feels not his embrace. Dark and red glows the winter sky. Two souls divided by the threads of time. Decades had gone by, her hair ashen and thin, realms had fallen, war and dead forgotten. When she walked the streets, they said that she was damned, a victim to a past long gone and rotten. Yet still she did not care for their words. When night came, she prayed for his return each fall. When cold winds haunted the lands, she hoped to once again hold his hand. And as her last sunset drew close by, she lingered, forgotten in the night. The moon's light shines bright upon her face. She's waiting as her life fades away. When the red moon casts its light, his ghost travels through the night, through the forest on wind's wings, until he reaches the old hill. There she kneels before his grave, where their love had once been born. And as she closes her eyes, a ray of light breaks through the sky, and her skin turns into dust as her soul breaks from its shell, and she joins him in the sky, to shapes no free from grief and time. Then the winds take them away, through the woods its trees his way, and she takes him by his hand. At last in peace they find their end. Dark and red glows the winter sky. Two souls divided by the threads of time. Dark and red glow the winter sky. Two souls united by the threads of time.
So much